G'day guys, my name's Josh, you can call me JaWoodle, and welcome back to 7 days in the brand new Alpha 21, where I'm back in my testing world in JaWoodle Park to answer a question I've gotten a lot in the new update concerning underwater bases. I mean, I'm in the desert right now, so there's not a lot of water to build in, but I'm going to find some and test it, because with Alpha 21, there was an update to water mechanics, specifically now that water will flow much more like water. Water physics were absolute tripe before, but now they seem to be a little bit better. So I want to come back in the new alpha and see if underwater bases are still viable and how you can build them. To try and find somewhere viable to build this, I've left the desert and come to the pine forest. But before I dive into the literal deep end, wherever the deepest point is going to be, I just want to see how the new water physics actually do work. If you could all please stop running around so I can think about this. So I haven't really had a look at it at all, but apparently, rumor has it, if you start, look at that, if you start caving out some terrain, the water will flow. All right, well, the ancient Egyptians will be stoked about that. They can now build their irrigation plots, but that is very interesting. And look at that, you can even see it doing its fill up. That's very good, very interesting, but does make the idea of an underwater base significantly more challenging, because before, all you really had to do was build a square, build some sort of room under the water, then empty the water from within, and water wouldn't really flow back, so you can kind of just soak it all up like the thirstiest of sponges, the Arlene of sponges, and you would be fine. But now, with that new flow mechanic, potentially that's not going to work quite as well. But alright, let's go find the deepest point of this lake, which looks like it's right about here somewhere. That looks rather deep. I reckon it's going to be deep enough to build something in. And let's give it a go. I'm actually going to start, because there is new water mechanics, I'm going to start on the bank and do it the old-fashioned way, the vanilla way, without using like my fly commands and stuff, without using no clipping. Like, I'm going to do it as if this was survival, with wood frame blocks, and just swim out there and do it properly, because I want to see with the new swimming mechanics that you can actually swim relatively quickly and not immediately sink like a stone like you're swimming through molasses. Can I get out there and build myself something to replenish my oxygen, replenish my stamina without too much of a problem? Because before it was nigh on impossible. I had to use like ladders and things to be able to move through the water at any reasonable rates. If I just stop here for a second to regain, I can regain my stamina while underwater. That's good to know. All right, let's go find the deepest point again. Back up to the surface, take a big gasp of air. Wow, this is way easier than it used to be. This is totally viable now. I think I'm more or less over the deepest point, although it's deep enough at least to build something, so my stamina's all fine. I'm just gonna let myself sink. The issue isn't so much my oxygen, it's my stamina levels. Look how quickly we can swim now. Oh, that's so much better. All right, super duper quick. I'm gonna build myself somewhere to get my oxygen back again. And it's just gonna be something like, oh, that was one too far away, although I can use that. Accidental goodness. 40 seconds left, don't panic, we'll be fine. You go like that. Gonna build myself a cheeky little roof. Now, I'm not trusting water not to flow through diagonal spaces where it's like abutting up like that, so I'm just gonna go like that. Take you back, fill up that side and that side. Oh, hang on a second, that's a bit of a problem. I might need a wooden door. Oh, my oxygen is fine again? So I don't have God mode on. I've got nothing of that, so I put down the blocks, I removed the blocks, so the game no longer thinks this is like proper water. That's very interesting. I'm not suffocating. I was running out of oxygen, I'm now no longer, so I can use this as an easy way for me to replenish my oxygen. Chuck into the door like that. That now takes up all that space. I'll do that again. Ooh, it doesn't like it. It doesn't like it, but I'm not drowning. That's right, that gives me some time to think about this and figure it out, but I might just have to make it bigger. Yeah, I reckon just make it bigger. Bigger is always better, right? Just ask Arlene. I'm just trying to be careful not to place too many blocks in the wrong spot because half the appeal of having an underwater base is stealth, right? You don't want to be advertising your presence to anyone who might be up on the surface, and chucking some blocks in the wrong spot and taking them back can result in the surface getting a little bit wishy-washy and like having like divots and things, which I know it's water, it shouldn't, but that used to be a thing. Maybe with the new water physics, it now fills itself out, so it might be okay. I've got look at that, I've got 18 oxygen, 17, 16, but if I swim into here, my oxygen worries go away. I'm now breathing again. Come on, you can do it, almost. Not quite, don't really want to. I think my face is in the way on that one. Although you did, there you go, you did like it for a moment. I'm gonna turn my big schnoz around like I'm freaking Gonzo. And I can now take you guys back again. The water level's starting to drop a little bit. It's a little glitchy, but I mean, there's some potential here. It's starting to go away. Even just having this little room, despite it not technically being out of the water yet, although, ooh, it's starting to go. Oh, I wonder if I just dig like a big pit down here and drain all the water out the bottom, then fill it back up again. Or maybe like some bars or something, having like a wet room where all the water can filter away. That's probably a bigger build than what I'm doing right now, but it's an option, I suppose, at least. But having a cheeky room here just to refill my oxygen, even though it's not really that far out of the water, is really bloody good. I'm just going to expand the roof that little bit, try and get some extra headroom, especially now that I know there's that, like, I don't know, half a foot, 6 inches at the top where I can actually breathe. I mean, 6 inches never made me so happy before, but it's about to make me smile now. Go like you, all the way along. And then how wide's the inside? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before we get to the outer wall. 5 by 1, 2, 3. So 5 by 3 and 3 blocks tall. All right, that'll be fine. Go back into here so I can take you guys back away. The water's starting to lose its reach a little bit. I can take you guys back like that, and then up the top too. I don't think there's a leak anywhere. I think it's just like, oh, it's made it worse. It's made it worse. Interesting. All right, in that case, I might just quickly like plug up the door like you and refill, then retake away. It was definitely better a second ago. I don't know why it's having that many issues. I've completely filled the whole room again. I'll start taking it back. In fact, I probably should have done that. Oh, there was a current. There was a current sucking me in. Replace you, replace you. Door is closed. Right, now I'll start taking it away again. It goes 3 deep. Oh, look at that. Hang on. Oh, no. I was going to say, for a second there, it looked like there was actually a bit of a pocket. There's definitely a current floating me about. I'll replace those blocks. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way to do this. It's close enough that it feels possible. It's just gonna be like the right combination of blocks and material and space, I think. Because I don't know why it's filling up. I think the game's just saying this space is now underwater, filled with water. But I want to get around that. There's got to be a way to exploit this. Yeah, I definitely think that's the way it's happening. I think it's setting like a minimum water level, like how high it needs to be regardless, like in comparison to where the roof is. So if I take you away, it goes a little bit shonky. Oh, that's very shonky, actually. That's like a... Oh, that was almost a whole block of air. I can go one further. Yeah, see what I mean? It all kind of clips in like that. So each time it like re-renders where the water is, that's kind of okay. But it definitely readjusts the ceiling height. And then actually standing in this block doesn't actually give me any reprieve either. Okay, so I reckon if I start taking away the roof blocks, it'll go a little bit higher. And it does too. Yeah, look, it recalculates each time and brings the water level up. All right, well, if that's the case then, if that's how you want to play it, I reckon if I dig a trench or some sort of like water room, a tank underneath the floor. Oh, I'm now drowning. It's now real water, it reckons. Very interesting. I'll stand near the door where it's definitely not. So if I dig like a tank underneath to recalculate where the roof is, and then maybe put some like force field blocks or something down there to kind of trick the game into thinking that's where the water's going to be, I might be able to sink the water level underneath the floor and then have an air pocket for me to breathe in up above. It's a little bit convoluted, but I think it might work. At least I'm gonna try to see if it works. What's the worst that happens? I stay flooded? It may be impossible. I'm willing to give it a go. I'm sitting in the doorway up against the ceiling so I can see a little bit better, but I am still underwater. I've dug out a big pit. I've also expanded the room a little bit more because what's the point in going through all this work if I can't have a nice big room to flounder about in? And I want to try and trick the water level into going much, much lower. The first thing I want to try is just going like maybe like a fake floor like this, just to see if that's going to get the game going. I doubt it, but it's worth a try because look, oh, here we go. It's already kind of wanting to. Interesting. It may take a lot of like fill-ups and removals again, like replacing all the water blocks with other blocks and taking those blocks away, but still worth trying. So if I go like that, I've now encased myself underneath. That's not particularly clever. Can I get out of here, please? Like you. Thank you. And it puts you back in. No, you're still full of water. I wasn't expecting much more than that, but then if I now fill you all up, will that be better? I hope so. The whole room's completely chockers. The doorway's still full of water. That's gonna be okay. I'm gonna quickly just go God mode for a second and show you underneath. So now that that whole room is solid, the water level is down here. Will that work? In fact, if I start from the bottom, let's pretend I build myself down to here and I start taking you away, what happens? Do you refill? Not by the looks of things. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The water level is definitely low. It's not rising. It's not rising to meet it. So because I've, oh, damn it. Okay, I got too cocky. But that is some incredible signs of progress. So if I give it a pull down the bottom, give it somewhere to go so where it thinks the water level's supposed to be, and then start taking it away, there's an air pocket. There's an air pocket. If I get rid of you guys as well. No, damn it. Hang on a second. I want to get a little platform to stand on that's in air, out of the water, but underwater. Is that too much to ask? Probably, but I'll make it work. So really interestingly, it seems to fill these cavities with water when I pick up the blocks either facing east or west. I don't know why, but I'm facing north and south at the moment, and each block I pick up doesn't fill with water. I mean, it's gonna undo all my hard work. If I face east or west, it all fills with water again. That's interesting. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but objectively, that seems to be some sort of trick to the trade. So, all right then, only remove blocks facing north and south. All the blocks are back again, except that one over there. Hold on a second. Whack you into there. Okay, face north and south. You. That's all fine. Still facing north, south. North, south. Okay, listen, if it works, it works. Who am I to question it? As long as I'm getting the results I need, who's gonna complain? I may have gone the early crow on the north-south things. I've definitely had a couple of fill-ins, but I've got a little bit of a gap here that I can breathe in, I'm dry in, and it is all nice and wonderful. So if you want to live in a cube, I've just got like a little ramp down here that lets me get up out of the water. I mean, it's not really much at all, is it? Wouldn't be able to live a life down here, but mermaids aside, if I keep going north and south, and start, and start taking. So if I completely disconnect that, holy shit. If I completely disconnect that from the water source down below, it's now separated. Holy shit, did I just do it? So yeah, you gotta build like a tank underneath, get the water down there, build a solid block above you, and then start taking it away. But the important thing seems to be getting that floor, getting that membrane, getting that layer between. So the game's like, this is the level, this is the ceiling, this is the water level, and it keeps it there. And you just gotta build yourself a cheeky little ramp to get up and out. Hang on, I'll show you how I did that again. I'll show you how I did it again. Go back down to here. I'm gonna fill actually that chasm I just made. Goodbye, air pocket. I liked you so much. I'll hopefully get a bigger and better version of you shortly. Take all you back, you back. Okay, I'm in my tank below my solid cube of wood, yeah? This is all solid except for you for some reason. I'll quickly fill you back in again. Right, nice solid bit of wood, all lovely dovely. Face north and south, grab 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is now a pocket of air. Then underneath, gonna go rampy blocks. 1. No, not 1. Take it back. Here. 1 there. And 1 there. That's now my way to get up and out. And now that I'm out of the water, I can take you. That's now protected. You and you. Then I can get up. Solid blocks. Bam. Bam. We fucking did it! Oh, it works. It works. It's terrifying to do though, because one wrong block pickup will mean this will all get flooded again, but oh, it fucking works. Holy shit, we can live on the floor of the ocean. Fuck yes. I don't want to tell you how many flood-ins I've had at this point. It's been a lot, but what is becoming more apparent to me is this little method of getting up and out of the water like this is foolproof. That is perfect. It actually makes me think that that might be a cooler entryway into an underwater base than the door, because I don't think the door is going to be as waterproof as I'd like. But I think the door is over this way. Is it over here? I mean, yeah, of course it's not waterproof if you bloody take the wall out next to it, you bloody galah. Right, never mind then. I'm gonna go like you. But what I might just do... That's right, now I know. Now I know. It's the block to my left. I'm gonna quickly refill this and see if the door is waterproof. I don't have high hopes, but we'll see how we go. So, once again, old reliable. Rapey boy down there. Go like that, so I have a room to move into. Up and out. Lovely. Replug that. And then the door was on this side, wasn't it? So if I go like this, I've got lots of space, lots of air. This might be the door here. Nothing so far. Oh, wait, no, yeah, I'm underwater. Yeah, okay, so doors aren't waterproof, which does kind of suck, but potentially building like a spout, kind of like a tap, so you fly up, not fly, you swim up into it, in and then down and around and into the base, and that might be a better option, to the point where I'm gonna get rid of you, quickly refill that so it's all nice and good. It's a bit of a bigger build, and there's lots of problems with this, but also, like I know I could, if I went like this, for example, if I went and got some sheets, grab you, and I go rotate you, advanced rotation, so that you, if I can see what you're actually doing, so that you get out and on the side. In fact, even like at the bottom, if I can go to the bottom, please. Like that, there we go. If I chuck a bunch of sheets in the bottom like you, and then a bunch of sheets up the top, like that, then yeah. It is gonna work as a room I can stand in, but the problem is, I now have no usable space. I don't know where to put down any workbenches or storage or anything, because it's all taken up by the block. So I'm trying to build a cavity that's usable, not just a pocket I can stand in and cry. Although that's kind of interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. All right, we might have found another way to get in and out of the joint. It won't help us for, like, longevity's sake, but if I quickly fill all of you up so that you're nice and good again, punch a hole in the wall so you're all flood, thank you, and then refill all of you. It's gonna be hard to see because, like, it blends in with the rest of it, but if I go like this and I open up a bit of a chasm like you, then get my, where'd you go again? My sheets. I'm gonna go on the floor, advanced rotation, oxygen's ticking away, but that's all fine. Right, on the floor, go bang, 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 like you, and then on the roof, bang, 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 there you go. There's now no water in here. That could just be the door. That could just be the sodden door. Whoever needs, like, proper doors, I could build one inside here, or even, like, there you go, like that. That'll work. Working door, in you go. Just have some sheets at the very front. Pick up those ones that are no longer being used. So, hang on a second. I'll see if I can paint them so we can actually see. Get the dev paintbrush for infinite paints. So, you and you, those are sheets taking up that space, which means everything in here. Oh, almost was watertight. That's right. I can fix that. I can fix that. I can fix that. Oh, this is so much more potential now. I just don't think it's really going to happen the way I want it to. Like, nothing really seems to change at all, but occasionally you pick up a block and everything springs a leak. And I don't really know why. Why was that block so special? There's still another block underneath and still a couple of random blocks down the bottom as well. Is it like Maybe like the area down here isn't big enough. Well, now I'm picking up the blocks and there's no, there we go, all the water's not chasing it. Very peculiar. Water is still acting in mysterious ways, but not in ways that, like, is fun, in ways that is ruining all my plans. It just doesn't seem to be replicable, that's the word, replicable at all. I don't understand. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't seem to have, like, any rhyme or reason to why these things happen. It just decides, you know, occasionally, just nah there, champion. I'm gonna put some sheets like you, some sheets like you, so I have somewhere to stand. Although you're now covered in sheets and you still have water in it. Yeah, right. This is a whole thing. This is a whole thing. There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way. It's so close. But even then, like, you're gonna spend 18 years of your life down here picking up blocks and taking blocks back and putting them down again just to try and get the right combination where it doesn't flood. I mean, I don't want to do that. That would take way too bloody long, but occasionally, like this, maybe it's the north-south thing again. Maybe it's the north-south thing again. Use the north-souths. Or one of these blocks is the one that sprung a leak all the time before. Oh, jeez, I have to go east. Okay. Just give me a room. Just give me a room. Just give me... No! Alright, I think I've done it. I'm not happy about it, but so far, it is a pocket of dry land under the ocean. Look out there. There's all the seabed. I can go out for a cheeky swim, go make friends with all the fishies under the sea and call them flounder. Nice. Alright, I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about how it's happened. Basically, what this is I've got a horizontal sheet on the very top in that rotation. I've got a sheet on the bottom in, if I can actually see which way the sheet is going at the moment. Yeah, there we go. In that rotation on the bottom there. So like a sandwich of sheets, top and bottom, and then the middle layer is actually air. So I can actually place blocks through the middle, through this bit, but put some blocks down, took away again. I now have an air pocket. The biggest problem here is that I can't put anything on the floor, and I can't put anything on the ceiling, but we can make that work. So for example, if I want to get like a workbench or something, let's get not a destroyed workbench, a working one. Workbench, let's also get like a forge as well. Everyone needs a forge. What else is there? There's chem stations, chemistry station, and let's get some like labeled storage as well. Storage. Yeah, sure, a bunch of you. Please get out of the way. I'll grab you. Right, so if I wanted to like upgrade or improve my base, I think the best way to do that, because I can't put it on the floor like that, annoying, I know, is to build it into the walls, which is a little bit dicey, but say for example I want to chuck a workbench in, I want to put it out here, go outside, build, what is it, it's 2 blocks wide, so build a little notch into the side here. You'd probably have to fill it all the way up to make it look symmetrical, but that's okay. Oh, that was the wrong button. Go like you. There we go. Got a nice little like extension out the side there. Lovely. Close the door. Now you should have the room I need for my workbench. I'm not happy with how you have to do that. Now you like fix up the floor and stuff down there as well. But, I mean, there's space down here. It's usable. And if actually this is usable space, might be able to do something fun with the walls, because what's the point of living down here if you don't get the nice view? Do you reckon some windows would work? I think it's worth a try. I've extended the walls on both sides how I think I need to, so that now I can go through, start taking these things back so I can whack in, you know, cheeky bit of storage in the middle like you. Lovely. Forgy boy goes in like that. Also got some room on this side. I could go 3 high. I wasn't sure how big the chem station was going to be, but oh, the chem station is wide, boy, but that's okay. Chuck some storage in there too, and then just because we also need, I mean, listen, call us SpongeBob, because let's light a fire under the ocean. Chuck you in. That looks perfect, and just for aesthetics. No, don't do me like that. Sometimes random blocks spring a leak, but I was gonna say just for aesthetics sake, I'm gonna get the ducts. No, that's not what it's called at all, is it? Air? Oh, I'm still in this thing. It's called a duct, wasn't it? Duct. You get... Yeah, that one will do. Chuck you in the right way around, please. It looks like you're actually venting out the smoke into the ocean. Boop. Like that. Now it's got to quickly undo all of the flooding. But this is going to happen a lot. That's actually not too bad, you know? That seems to work out fine. You can now definitely swim down to it, which is good. It's just a box on the floor of the ocean, but you can make your way in. There's still a chance of flooding, which I don't like, but I mean, you'd think this all makes sense. I've replaced the sheets with just concrete so I don't accidentally pick them up because they are the most important parts holding all this together. But as long as you plan ahead and like you have some spots in the side of the building for your storage and like your workstations and stuff, it could turn this whole wall into a storage area or a bedroom or something, which I might actually do. But this seems totally viable. This seems totally viable, but I'm scared to build anything further because if it floods again, I might just let myself drown in it. I think really just to cap this off, we do need one extra bit. This is just one big blank wall, which I don't like. I've turned it all into concrete because as far as I'm concerned, this area is now donezo, but I want to build an extra little wing to make it feel like home. And I want to use, in fact, do I still have it in this thing? Can I build concrete windows? I can. So just like the sheets inside that are holding all the water at bay, sheets take up an entire block. Sorry, windows take up an entire block without actually taking up an entire block. So I reckon, look at all the new things we can build too. I reckon if I start building out of these bad boys, I'm gonna stick you onto the wall. Let's go. Ooh, actually. Ooh, how am I gonna do this? I think on the outside there will be fine because then you walk through like this area here. That can be the door. You walk through there into this bit, so 1-2 blocks on the side. Goes to about here. That should be about good. Yeah, I reckon that'll be fine. Chuck some blocks in like that and get some air made. It took a little bit of doing, but I've managed to make myself like a reverse aquarium, trying to build myself a glass little box full of air amongst all the water. This is gonna be like a bedroom or something. I'm gonna need like the king bed. Get rid of you, king bed, lovely, and put you right up against the windows. Oh, it's not symmetrical though. Nah, sorry, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't have the king bed because it's gonna be out of the center. I'm gonna grab myself a nice, I don't know, regular bed then instead. No room to stretch out, but that's just gonna have to do. So you're gonna take up the space there, which means the rest of this space needs to be taken up with, in fact, we'll do it out of concrete so it all matches. You, sheet, that one. Flip you around so that you're facing down, please. Nice, and fill up all the rest of these spots. Because, yeah, like all the windows are just like sheets but see-through. Go like you and you. Make sure everything is covered so there's no water in here. My linen will be sodden. And once that's done, oh, I hope this works. Oh, I hope this works. Get my regular blocks and fill up the rest of you. All the way along. Oh, I'm running out of oxygen, so this better work. Up to there. Did it work? Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Oh, I don't think it did. I don't think it did. This might have been a stretch too far. This is why I didn't pop open the wall. I don't want to flood my actual room. I reckon it's something to do with the fact that it's water right butted up against all the glass out there. So if I just fill you with some extra glass around here, I mean, you can't really see it anyway, so it's just kind of like an added layer of protection, doubling up so that no water can actually touch the sides. Have to do the corners as well. All in there is already doubled up because there's the bed and then glass on this side already. I'll just do the roof. We'll have to do the floor. In fact, you guys can get gone, please. Thank you very much. Get all of you along there as well. And then some pillars in the corner. And if that doesn't work, then I might have to abandon this idea. Nah, I think I've gone too far. And maybe because there isn't the tank underneath to hold all the water, so it thinks that that's where the water needs to be. I reckon that tank's actually more important than I was giving it credit for. I reckon that is an integral part of this bit working, because this bit works fine. This is wonderful. Through there is a bed that I cannot access. The red door of doom. Do not open dead inside. But this, I mean, hey, it may not have the view. It may be a bit of a cave, but it's not particularly claustrophobic. It's nice and it's secret. How does it look from up the top? Yeah, okay, I really need to get rid of that glass. That glass is an eyesore, standing out like a thumb in the eye. But the water level is all nice and smooth up here. It hasn't had all the janky shit that used to do in the old alphas. So you can swim down, swim on in, take your breath, craft your stuff, cook your food, got enough space for storage, it's ever expandable, just make sure you build your tank underneath, and that has actually gone especially well. Better than I thought it would. Turns out underwater bases, still possible. It is actually a bit of a shame that the glass stands out like that. It does mean that you just can't have windows underwater because they'll be visible from everywhere. That does make me slightly upset, but sacrifices have to be made to make cool bases like that. But I'm gonna have to leave this episode here. Building just square boxes hurts me. It hurts me deep down inside, but is what it is, I suppose. But I'll have to leave this episode here and come back and continue to try new things and build cool new bases in another episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons of Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked, make sure you hit the like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.